Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Banner Saga. We are continuing where we left off with our army of Hakon and Ludin, I believe are the names of our leaders. We've had a couple of these war events recently that I have not been doing amazing at, so we just rested for a bit to get our team fully healed up. Let's head out and continue on and hopefully not run into any more of those events because I am bad at them. Oh, and we immediately arrive at a town. That's fine. You wander through the small village where there had been the cacophony of battle before. Now an eerie silence hangs over the place. Bodies of dredge and villagers make a macabre path to houses that have been ripped apart as if by a tornado. Yrsa stops in her tracks. Hear that? She all but whispers. It sounds like crying. Soon you discover a trap door, partially hidden by a carpet. Let's open the hatch. A woman's scream dies in her throat at the sight of Varl instead of Dredge. Men and women both are huddled together. A baby cries on her mother's shoulder. They are clearly awed to see so many warriors. What do we do now? They ask. Go to Strand, we've cleared the way. Go to Strand, we'll send escorts with you. Or stay here if you like. We've cleared the way. I don't think we can justify sending escorts, particularly since we've already lost people in these battles. Was this the group, or was it the other group, Rook and Alet's team, that we let a bunch of people leave to go check on their family? I can't remember. I think that was Rook and Alet. But yeah, we've had a bunch of these like large war battles where we've lost people. I don't think we can justify sending escorts when hopefully the path back is fairly clear. Go to Strand, we've cleared the way. They give you worrying looks, but eventually begin gathering their things. Think they'll make it? Asked Mogir, doubt in his voice. You don't know, but trying has got to be better than starving to death in a pit. That's true. Eric watches. I almost feel guilty about this, he says. I know Strand. Even if they make it in one piece, the locals will tear them apart. Not literally, of course, but, well, maybe literally. I might join them. Then excuse to run home, Eric. We need you here. Or go if you wish. Don't really want to lose him. We've given him a level or two at this point. But he was sort of the leader, well, not the leader, but one of the advisors to the leader of Strand. I'm definitely not going to say thin excuse to run home. That's really rough. We do need him here. No, we need you here. Not from what I've seen, he says, but taps the toe of his boot on the ground and returns to the caravan. Oh, come on. You've been in a lot of the fights, and we've lost quite a few of the fights. I guess I could say that maybe we don't need him. Maybe he's holding us back. They only have 4 supplies available. Oh, we have no renown. Well, that's awkward. Right, we spent all of our renown on leveling up people. So if we had more renown, Cursed Fang said to fill itself with the blood of its enemies and grant the power to those who would keep it full, +3 will per kill. That's pretty good. Or Skule, a ceremonial dagger commonly carried in a hidden place on the body, giving enemies second thoughts about getting too close. -1 aggro. Yeah. Well, we can't buy supplies, but luckily we still have a good amount for now. We don't need to rest because we already did that just barely outside of town. And our heroes are already leveled up. So let's just carry on, I guess. I hope those people make it, but there's not a lot we can do about that. We cleared the path behind us as best we could. You hear a shout echo on the wind, a standard Varl greeting. A caravan of Varl are heading your direction, probably a few hundred in total. You meet them halfway. You must be with Wagner. It was. Wagner didn't make it. You serious? It's getting grim out here, but didn't expect that. You're flying the Schlid banner. What's happening? Isn't Ulfar in charge there? I'm Fasselt. Ulfar's still in Schlid, in case he needs to be. He sent me to meet Wagner. Well, you. We've seen nothing happening in Schlid yet. What do you mean? No dredge. They never came through Schlid. They're all pouring out of Ridgehorn. We only just found out about it. One group went that way. We came here. Ridgehorn. The fort on the bay. That place has been abandoned for hundreds of years. Yeah, maybe that's why they're there. By all accounts, it looks like another damned invasion. Luden forces his way into the conversation. Wait, a godless minute. What did you do? Careful now. You be careful. What did you start? You think men don't remember history? The long banner hangs in Arbrang. The Second Great War nearly screwed us all. What did you do this time? Who the Fane is this? Nobody. Take it and go to Grofheim. We'll meet you later. Shut your mouth, Luden, or I'll smash your face in. None of those are really good answers. I'm not going to say to just take Luden to Grofheim. It's our job to take him to Grofheim. And I'm certainly not going to threaten to smash his face in. That's just unusually harsh. Just nobody, I guess, which Luden's probably going to also not like. Nobody. No one to worry about, anyway. Luden's head swivels in your direction, eyes wide. He seems uncertain whether to be insulted or threatened. Yeah, it's a weird statement. What order did Ulfar give you, Fasselt? I'm supposed to offer any support you need. I've got 330 Varl behind me, and Ulfar wants to know what's happening in Ridgehorn. What's your plan? We're going to Ridgehorn, you're coming. We're going to Ridgehorn, you take Luden and go to Grofheim. Forget Ridgehorn. We need to go to Grofheim. Very interesting different directions. So all of us go to Ridgehorn to discover what's going on with the dredge. We go to Ridgehorn, speaking of Hakon and team, but this other guy that we don't know, take Luden to Grofheim. Luden will probably disagree with that because he's supposed to get there with us. Well, with the person that we've replaced. Or do we just abandon Ridgehorn, which is overflowing with dredge, and we all go to Grofheim? I don't like the abandoning Ridgehorn. I think we're all going to go to Ridgehorn, including Luden, and we just deal with it. Or at least discover what we can. Yeah, we're going to Ridgehorn. You're coming. I'll have my Varl in line. I'll have my Varl fall in line. Yours to command, Hakon. Are you insane? He just said an army of dredge are pouring out of that fort. Go to Grofheim then, Prince. Having your blood on my hands would be worse than doing nothing. This shuts Luden up for a moment. You can see the battle raging in his head. He looks desperate for safety, but he didn't expect to flee like a coward. He expected you to come along. He glances at his men. We're already this far. If this is the Varl's doing, I'll know of it, and so will my father. Besides, you need my help, and my fighters. If I go, so do Yrsa and Bersi. Luden's unexpected flip-flop catches you like a swift kick to the shins. Loger can't contain a chuckle. Ha! The prince has courage. I'd rather you were safely in Grofheim, Luden. Do whatever you like, Luden, or knock him out cold and send him away. Do whatever you like, Luden. Paint me the villain, Hakon. What do I care? I'm sick of you being the only one to do as he pleases in this alliance. These are Varl lands. We're facing an army of dredge. How much experience do you have in these matters? True, mankind never provoked them into a war. You're going for a third. Okay. That's history that I don't think I knew. So the Varl keep on provoking the dredge. Not necessarily that the dredge are just a thing that's happened, but he's implying the Varl are deliberately causing this, or in some way causing it, whether it's their intent or not. Is taunting the dredge into genocide a game for your kind? We're gonna walk away. Laying the prince flat and sending him off to Grofheim feels like a bad call. So just walk away. You curse and threaten pandemonium. The prince has chosen to be no responsibility of yours. If Luden says, so do Fasolt's warriors. They join the caravan. Or if Luden stays, so do Fasolt's warriors. They join the caravan. Okay, we gained a bunch more Varl, which is good, but we were not able to buy any supplies because we are out of renown. Mogr finds you, this time in a hurry. I found out what's wrong with the sick Varl, he says, clutching his gut. Ate some of it myself, he says. Food's not poisoned, but it is spoiled. Bad fish and, getting more so. Wish I didn't just think about that. We must have got it from the merchants back near Vedderfell, he says. Mixed it in with the good stuff. Could have messed up as much as half our supply. What do you want to do? So we're going to lose even more of our supplies. Dump only what we know is tainted. Dump everything that could be unsafe. Do nothing, can't afford to throw out good supplies. The middle ground feels wise. Leaving supplies that we know a portion of them are tainted is bad. Dumping everything that could be unsafe is very... I don't know how much supplies that would be, but that feels extremely risky when we don't know when we'll get more supplies. I think dumping what we know is tainted and hoping that most of what's rest is still good. If we occasionally have some people still getting sick, that's better than what we've had where unknown people were getting sick. And probably a sizable amount because we didn't know the problem. Dump only what we know is tainted. Mogr frowns but agrees. The tainted food is tossed down a hill where it won't attract attention. He reports back, taken care of, but we've got more ill fighters than before. At least 40 at the moment. What do you want to do about them? Tell them to avoid fighting until they recover. Tell them to tough it out. Or send them back to Strand. Avoid fighting until they recover. No reason to get rid of good fighters. I mean, they are mouths to feed that aren't helping us fight. But hopefully within a couple of days, they'll be good as new. And I'd rather have them still around. Avoid fighting until they recover. Mogr goes to spread the word. Damned careless merchants. You hope this will be the end of it. Okay, we didn't lose that much supplies. The hike approaching the Godstone is murder. You recall how most Godstones were built on hills, overlooking other Godstones so that travelers could follow them and find their way between cities. It does nothing to ease your pains. Dredge, shouts Mogr from the front of the caravan. Suddenly black rocks are whizzing past your head. What the hell is this? You shout. Mogr shakes his head. A stone slams into the shield of a nearby Varl, exploding in a flash of light and razor-sharp fragments. Get behind the shield bangers, shouts Mogr, as you approach for a fight. Dredge line the battlefield, weapons drawn. A fight seems inevitable. There are 782 of them. You have 175 fighters and 771 Varl at your side. This is a huge battle. Remember when I said I didn't want more of these war events because I'm bad at them? Even from here, you see the nervous glances amidst the enemy ranks. Looks like a good chance to press your advantage. I think I'm going to do formations. We've done charge twice, and each time it left me in a position where I didn't feel very comfortable with my troops. Formations, the one time we tried that, I was feeling a lot better. I still didn't bother doing the second fight, but I might have been able to pull it off. So we'll go formations. You start comparing weaknesses and strengths, taking into account terrain, morale, and the look of your enemy. If you're careful, you should be able to keep your forces balanced. Alright, give the order. You start rallying your forces and gather your allies to you, preparing to enter the fray. So we've got Gris now as a potential person to throw in the team, as well as Fasolt. So what's your deal, Gris? You've got Battering Ram, so that's the one that knocks enemies back, which is pretty good. And then Return the Favor. Enemies who attack him lose 1 point of armor for each strike on the character. You've got 2 break, a little bit of willpower, 2 exertion, so he'll run out of his willpower very fast. And then good armor and strength. The model Varl warrior. Gris doesn't have much distinction to his name and little influence on the politics of Varl, but he's a warrior through and through, having fought in every great war and killed countless dredge and men alike. Dependable when he's not shooting his mouth off. Alright, and Fasolt. Malice. Character curses and spits at his enemy, forcing that character to attack him on his next turn. With his high armor, he often takes little or no damage from the assault. While Malice can be a difficult ability to learn, it's devastating in the right circumstances. Negate a strong enemy for a turn, pull an enemy forward on the board, or lock a character in place to set them up for future damage. Target adjacent enemies, target a range of 2 or 3. So he's able to pull enemies to him. So it's a taunt ability. That could be very useful. And then Return the Favor as well. 15 armor. So he is just a tank, which we don't really have anything like that. You guys are my break people. You're my damage dealer. Kind of both of you. I don't actually really care that much for Yrsa or Eric. I'm sure they've got their uses, but her ability, Slag and Burn, didn't feel that great. She's just so weak outside of that. Yeah. Eric's better, but his whole thing of rally is okay, but not that critical. But I think we'll get rid of Yrsa, bring Fasolt, so we have this defensive tank character. Maybe move him up in order a bit. So we've got our 2 breakers that potentially can go, and then him to just step forward and taunt tanking hits. Yeah, something like that maybe. I don't know, I'm sure we'll use Yrsa again. But I want to give that a try. Just having a very tanky armor tank character. Although Mogur's got nearly as much armor. But I want to see how that taunt works. So yeah, we're ready for battle. Okay, so we've got 1 of these shield guys. Are the rest all just the basic units? Just... Okay, you're a slinger. Dredge Grunt. Slinger, Marksman. So a bunch of these are actually long-range characters. That is different. And I don't know the difference between a slinger and a marksman. Back off, run several tiles away from an attacker when hit. Oh, the slingers and marksmen have that. Grunt is what we've seen before. Defender, yeah, we know you. Okay. Is there no way to swap characters? If I want you here, how do I make that happen? I guess if I move you there, I can move you up here, then you down. getting you there. Yeah, so we've got our 2 break people here. You're our defender. Yeah? Yes. And then you 2. I think this seems fine. Okay, you're first. I think I'm just gonna move you forward a little bit. I'm not gonna use willpower since we can't make it to him anyway. Yeah. So you just end your turn. Then you send this way. I don't know, that might... When do you go in turn order? You've got a while. And you can walk to here. So I want to be outside of that range. Something like that. Yeah. So even if he uses willpower to get closer, he can't get to us. We'll send you here. There's 4 enemies on this side. So we'll move you in that direction. Can't malice because it only works on adjacent enemies. Let's see. So we want to be like here to stay out of their range. Yeah. Let's have you hang back a touch. Probably not. They're not going to move forward much. Yeah, something like that. There we go. And you're moving closer, which means we can actually start getting in. Work on you. So let's move you in finally and do some break. We've got 6 willpower. I'm fine using one of them here. Oh, right. You run after being hit. Kind of forgot about that. Oh. Do you have enough damage that you just ignored his armor? Because he had 9 armor, you have 9 strength. How did you do 2 damage? No, seriously. 9 strength versus my 9 armor, you should have done no damage. Had to roll to potentially do 1. I have no idea how he pulled off the 2. That's not how those numbers work. Let's move you here. And then use 2 of your willpower to take down his armor a bit. Oh, and you can't actually get over to them. Because he's now in the way. That's awkward. Go there, I guess. Okay, so you can actually get in and start doing some damage. Would be nice to have gotten a bit more break in. On the other hand, you could just take this guy out. While we wait for that break to go down farther. Not a bad call. Another promotion for him. He gets so many kills because of just how strong he is. Alright, you can actually get in and start doing some damage. Particularly if we used his impale, because they're going to run away. Yeah. This will use a willpower to walk close enough, which is a shame. But then we impale, which will use another willpower. And I think I don't need to use the second point to knock him a second square away, because he's going to run anyway. Yeah, now his strength is down at 4, which feels pretty good. So now you can boost willpower, or you could come over here and help, but don't see much to be gained from that. Is anyone down on willpower? Not really, actually. You are... No, you're still at your max anyway, because we all started a bit above our max. So I guess all you can do, if you wanted to fight, is get over here and do 1 point of damage or 1 point of break here. I don't know about that. Oh, that takes 2 willpower as well. Yeah, I'm not sure about Eric. Also, just the Varl taking up so much space on the battlefield is just hard to work through. We could get you here. Same thing, but it only costs 1 willpower. That might be the smarter call. Yeah. Let's do a bit of strength damage. Okay, the break is not good there. Let's focus on you. Move off to the side, and then attack this one with a bit of extra break. Yeah, you're nearly dead at this point. Now for you, let's get a bit more break on this guy. Then you can either help or defend. Not sure how much your defend is going to actually help, all things considered. You could go over here at the cost of 1 willpower. Nearly finish this guy off. That would have 2 of them nearly gone. But I think the rest of the team can probably handle that. I think I'm going to send him here. Gunnulf can finish off this guy well enough. Probably. Could Malice. Not sure there'd be a ton of point to it. I think we need to just start taking down strength now that his armor is so low. Alright, I want you to help deal with this guy. Don't need Tempest. Yeah, your armor is too low. Let's see. You can do 9 damage here. Which I think is what I'm going to do. So not using impact, we will just go for an attack. I'll leave you alive at 1 strength, I think. Just so that we don't adjust their order too much. Oh. Alright, you're still fine. You're getting low. We could do a little bit of damage here, but I don't think there's much point. Let's move you kind of back and then rally you. Just rally 1. There you go. Yeah, we need to take this guy out because even though he's nearly down on strength, he still has 3 break, which is a problem that I need to keep in mind. Might be better, though, to do break here so that we have an easier time taking this guy out. Anyone can take him out. That may not be true. Anyone with more than 10 strength can take him out. Which is a lot of people, to be fair. Let's get you easier to deal with. You're another one of our break people. You go here and do a bit of break on this guy. And let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure about your taunt. But I probably should give you kills when we can. It'll be nice to get this guy removed. We're gonna have a hard time getting to him. No, he should be able to attack through him, I would assume. So do I focus on taking out this one? Maybe. Sure. Get a bit more damage in there. Alright, you can easily take out anyone. Not that you need the kills. But the only ones you can get to are these 2. So, I guess might as well have you finish him off with extreme overkill. Oh, take both of them out. That's what I was going for, definitely. Can't really get over there, so just stay here, get the attack, and kill this one. Promotion for Luden. Good stuff. I'll just move you forward and do rally on him again. Nah, he still just maxes out at 4, so that was a waste of a willpower. Alright. I guess we'll give you the kill. Might as well. We're nearly done with them. You'll get a kill here, which sounds great to me. Provoker. Don't know what that means. Rally you to give you a couple more points. Alright, back to you. You get to have the kill. And we are in pretty good spot, so if it offers us the opportunity to take on more of them, we could give it a shot. You take a moment to survey the battlefield. The enemy line is being pushed back all the way down the line. Or the enemy is being pushed down the line, yeah. You could take this opportunity to pull back and leave combat immediately. On the other hand, chasing down more dredge would rally your fighters and save a few lives. You won't have time to rest or change your party, but a chance to loot your enemies might even reveal items they took from previous victims. Yeah, let's try killing a few more as they flee, and see how we handle it this time. You attack any dredge still brave enough to face you. So we've got one slinger over here. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this group. Let's send you here. You could go for the taunt on this one, or you could just, you know, attack him. Alright. Hakon, you're going to need to back off. Let's have you use the willpower and just take out this guy. Oh, Hakon's down. Ugh. Rough. I can send you here to get an attack off. I can't impale. No one's close enough. Ouch. Being a bit overly aggressive, and I recognize that. I don't think any of us now are in a dangerous spot, though. If I move there, he's not going to be able to get involved. Where else would I go? I don't know if he can actually make it. No, he can't even make it over there. At least for the moment. You're going next. Yeah. What to do with you? I could spread around some more willpower. I just had you grab a bit out of there. Then you can give more here, I'm thinking. Oh, 4 damage. Yikes. Wasn't thinking he was going to be able to do that kind of damage. Let's see. If I go for an armor attack, I can do 4 break. But where does that leave us? Next time he'd have 9 strength to our 5 armor. So we'd do 4 damage. We would still be alive. And he'd be in a much better spot for someone else to finish off. With his armor that far down. Bring the pain. Does it do full break amount? Break damage to target, +1 to return the favor. Yeah. So we wouldn't be able to add our willpower to the break. Like if we went here and chose break, we can add 1 willpower. But bring the pain means that if he attacks, which he's going to, we get another hit on him. Which ultimately amounts to the same, doesn't it? Because it would cost a willpower and just do 1 more break damage. Yeah. Oh, and return the favor only counts for adjacent enemies, and he's a slinger, so he's not even going to be adjacent. No, definitely just do the break. So then you're going to get hit, which is not going to be good. Okay, I was afraid that guy was going to get within range and sling, because that wasn't part of my plan. You're going to need to run. What do we do with you? All of them have too much armor. I mean, not too much for him to just wipe any of them out. And I could keep this one focused on him. Just to be sure that he has an easier time running, maybe. But you're going to go next, and the only one you can get to is this one, so you're going to kill him anyway. So there's no point to that. I think we move you here. And have you attack this one. Yeah. You go here, finish this one off. I don't like taking them out because the more we damage them, the sooner they... the stronger ones are back in the fight. I think I need to get Luden out of here. We've got enough high health people that can take these guys on. I think I just have to let them. Because I could have Luden do an impact to make him bleed, which wouldn't be a terrible call. I can't affect this one. I can't get into a position, though, where I could get the knockback. If I went here, though, he can't do real damage to me. And if I did an impact on you, I don't know what happens if you're against a wall, but you would get the bleeding, I think. And then you'd run away because of taking damage. Would that get your strength down enough that I'm not in danger? Maybe. I'm gonna risk it. I shouldn't. Okay, and so the bleed is only 1 regardless of the knockback, so there's no point in spending the extra point. Okay, so he's now got 5 strength. If he used it on us, we've got 6 armor. So we're probably fine. I'm going to send you in here. To hopefully draw the interest of this slinger while he runs away. Use the willpower, draw a bit more in. I'll give you a rally so that you can run farther, maybe. I don't think it really matters, but hey, it's a thing. Now you need to run. I'm going to say that direction and hope that's sufficient. I just want less of my people to die. I don't think bring the pain. As much as I wanted to dissuade him from attacking because it's only based on adjacent, it won't do anything. Alright, you can't get anywhere. Let's have you start heading down this way, maybe to help out with that fight. Oh, you're gonna go after him, aren't you? Oh, I tried. Ah, man, so that's 2 injuries we're gonna have to be dealing with. Hopefully they're not the 3-day injuries, because those suck. But also, hopefully we get good rewards for doing this second fight. Oh, never mind. Do an impale then. Let's use that so you've got 2 more points to spend. Yep, that's fine. You're dead. We gained a Tistleberry, whatever that is. Bunch of kills. Win bonus of 2 axes, whatever that means. 17 renown. Good, because we were out. What in the depths are these? You wonder, looking at the unusual dredge slingers. Nobody knows. Without warning, a deranged and half-dead slag stumbles out of brush, throwing itself upon the yaks attached to the treasure cart. Surprised, Varl pull weapons, but not before the whole cart slides off slick rock and a sheer drop, stopped suddenly by a low growl. The enormous metal wagon dangles precariously off a cliff. From the end swings a confused yak, still tied to its reins. On top, the dredge hangs on tight. Keeping the whole thing from plummeting over the side is Gunnulf, one hand white-knuckling the cart, the other wrapped around a tree trunk. Tell Gunnulf to let go. Try to help Gunnulf haul the cart back up, or try to knock the dredge off. Interesting decision. The dredge, at least for now, is just hanging on. It's not attacking. So I'm hoping we can ignore it for the moment and just help Gunnulf haul the cart back up. Maybe someone else can work on taking on the dredge? But one dredge in an army of 700 Varl shouldn't be a problem, I'm hoping. So let's try and help Gunnulf haul the cart back up. You grab the cart and pull. You barely make any ground when the tree he's holding onto tears from the ground, dragging you with terrifying force towards the edge. Oh, they're not going to kill Gunnulf, would they? I just remember with, what was his name? The kid with Rook and Alette. When a dredge was attacking Alette, we shouted to get her attention, and the kid died, and part of me wonders if I should have acted more quickly, like shooting. And I'm just feeling like this is a similar thing where if I shout for others to help pull it up, it's not going to be soon enough, and Gunnulf will die. But I'm guessing the treasure cart is the 17 renown we have. Because I really don't want to lose. But I really, really don't want to lose Gunnulf. We're going to have to let go and order Gunnulf to do the same. He's more important to me than the renown. Let go and order Gunnulf to do the same. I just don't trust the game not to kill him. With a roar that sounds more like you just stabbed him in the side than gave an order, Gunnulf lets go of the cart. It flips over the side in a flash, followed much later by a dull thud and crack. At the base of the steep cliff, hundreds of yards below, the treasure cart has exploded in frozen fireworks of gold, valuables, and yaks and dredge gore. That was a costly mistake, grits Ubin between clenched teeth. Yeah, it is. You wonder why the dredge went after the yaks in the first place. Then you realize the bigger problem is the vast fortune now lying at the bottom of a cliff. Nothing for it, there's no time to stop now. Try to recover what you can quickly. Your call, Ubin. Try to cover it up and come back later. I doubt we'll have that chance. Leave some Varl to gather and return to Strand. That's an option. Wonder what Ubin would have to say. I am curious. Your call, Ubin. What choice do we have, he mutters. Even if we could gather it up, we've got nothing to haul it. He sounds defeated, but resolute in moving on. You begrudgingly set off, leaving a king's ransom beneath your feet. Yeah. Varl declined. That's fair. Let's go to camp, actually. Because we probably have injured people. And by probably, I mean almost certainly. Oh, and they are 3 days injured. Of course they are. Tistleberries, though. An addictive berry found deep in the Langloom forest that, when eaten, makes one feel pretty good about things. +2 will per rest. That'd be an easy way to get his will higher because he rests a lot. Sure. We can level up Gunnulf and Luden. How much does your promotion cost? 20. We can't even level him up. And I assume Luden is going to be 15. Yeah, not sure I want to spend that. It doesn't increase his ability. This does improve his ability. If I had the 20 to spend, we get his ability higher. All right, but yeah, we need to rest again because you don't rest while traveling. And it will raise our morale again, but it is going to cost us supplies, which isn't ideal. But morale's great. We're all healed. And I think we will put an end to this episode here. Next time we'll continue on. It looks like we're almost to the Godstone, where there's probably going to be some sort of event that happens. Let's look at our map, actually. See where we're at. Because I am not sure. So we set out from Strand. It looks like we've made it to here. I thought we'd be heading kind of this way because we're trying to get here to Grofheim. But we're over here for whatever reason. Oh, is Ridgehorn the city we're going to, where the dredge are pouring out of? One of 6 horns built into the foot of the Long Reach. Ridgehorn looks over Dengler's Bay and Strand, built at the time when the dredge regularly emerged from the deep fjords nearby, threatening commerce. Over time, the dredge diminished near Ridgehorn, then stopped altogether, the fort falling to disuse. But now we're being told that they are pouring out of it. Whatever that means. Yeah. So we're going to put an end to the episode here. Next time we will continue on. See what happens at the Godstone, or maybe even make it to that fort. Though I doubt it. That'll probably still be a ways away. Anyway, see y'all then. Bye.